Benefits of having a really crappy camera. No one can see how frizzy my hair looks today. Got hailed on earlier on my way home from school. It's spring, it's not meant to be bloody hailing. Anyway, today I was going to talk about something that I've had to deal with for a little while. It's made quite a big impact on my life, really. I should probably think of it as a bad thing, but most of the time I just find it kind of funny. I apologise if I keep on looking off to the side, but I'm using a mirror to see when my camera's focused because I can't get the aspect ratio right otherwise. So what I was going to talk about today is claustrophobia. Claustrophobia, as many of you probably know already because it's pretty well known, is the fear of confined or small spaces or just general restriction. Mine's not too serious, so I can laugh about mine quite easily and I find it generally pretty funny. I get anxious sometimes if I'm trying to take off a jumper and my arms or head get stuck, and I've had to have my friends free me more than once from that sort of situation. But some people do have it really seriously, so I'm not laughing at any of you, I'm laughing about my own personal experiences, which I've had quite a few of. Firstly, I failed my Duke of Edinburgh expedition 3 times because of claustrophobia. Now, I don't know if all of you know, but Duke of Edinburgh is this sort of scheme thing where you do a sport, a skill, volunteering, shows how long it's been since I've done it, and an expedition where you have to walk a really long way, basically, and then you get the certificate and it looks good on your CV and universities like it and all that sort of thing. So I did the whole of mine and got it all sorted and everything like that, and then I just had the expedition to go. And I went on it the first day. I mean, I'm lazy anyway, so it wasn't really my sort of thing, but I was like, I'm going to do this so I look really good for university and get into a good university. It was all going pretty well. I did the walk. My feet were kind of dying from blisters, but I was going to push through it because I am strong, and I'm not strong. I was just wanting to get into university. Anyway, it came to the night time, we had our dinner. It was absolutely freezing the first time I did this. So we went into a tent, got all settled down, into sleeping bags, on our roll mats, all that sort of thing. Then I decided to have a bit of a freak out because of the tent. I felt confined because the zip meant that I couldn't get out quickly, and I made people stay up with me for about 3 hours until I was brave enough to go and knock on the leader's tent and ask them to ring my dad and bring me home. That happened 3 times. So yeah, I don't have my Duke of Edinburgh award. I don't think I'll ever get it now. Another thing that can set it off is crowds, because I feel like, because there's so many people, I can't get out quickly. This isn't good for a person who likes going to concerts. So I went to go and see Fall Out Boy last year, and it was their tour for Save Rock and Roll, so it was just after they'd come back from hiatus and all that sort of thing, and they hadn't been to Wales for ages, and everyone was excited. So we'd been in the queue for ages, and we managed to get literally about 3 or 4 people from the very front row, so we were like literally basking in the glory of Fall Out Boy. Like, I'm sure most of you know, crowds at concerts are normally really bad anyway, and especially if it's a big band that hasn't been to that place for a long while. So the front was awful. Even my friends who aren't that bad in crowds hated it, and we had a few people had to leave because they were feeling sick and that sort of thing. So it's getting close to the time for the actual concert to start, and the security guards were trying to get people to move back so that the people at the front weren't too squashed, because it was getting really, really bad as people got hyped up. So we pushed back, the people behind us pushed back twice as hard, and I lost my footing and started freaking out, all that sort of thing. And then I had to be carried over the barrier because I was about to have a panic attack. So that was an experience, and to top it all off, as I was being carried off by these big security men, kind of passed out, crying sort of thing, my friends, who were further down the row from us and at the front, decided to take pictures of me and put them on Twitter. Yeah, so there's pictures of me kind of passed out on Twitter. But yeah, I was originally planning on giving some advice maybe to people who deal with claustrophobia as how to, I don't know, maybe relieve it or cure yourself. But most of them sort of involve therapy and things like that, which I'm not trained to give, obviously. I'm a 17-year-old girl. So yeah, this video has basically just been, let's sit and watch Kirsty complaining about her claustrophobia for however long it's been. Sorry about that. So yeah, so if you suffer from claustrophobia, I understand, I feel for you, it really sucks, but I guess we just have to deal with it. I don't know, you can go to therapy if you want, get over your fear, expose yourself to it and strengthen yourself, or you can just sit and whine about it like I am. Generally how I deal with my problems. Finally, super big thank you to Asher the Almighty, I think I've said that right, for drawing this wonderful piece of art of me. I was chuffed to bits about it. Never had someone draw a picture of me before. Thank you for watching. Click subscribe or like or favourite or whatever fits your deal with what you're feeling. And I'll see you soon, hopefully. Bye! Do I look shinier, cleaner? Got an editing program now. I was going to download one illegally, but I was terrified of viruses, so I was a good girl and I've been legal. There.